Yo, what up, world? What up, fight fam? It's your boy Mac with StayReadyBoxingTV coming at you with some news you can use and another boxing conversation with the usual suspects. 503 Line, Act Reacher, Fool of Sports, Rough House Boxing, and from the north side, the Odd Fella. What's up with it, people?
Hey, what it do?
Man, chilling.
Chilling.
Trying to shake the fight from somebody in the cut like a band-aid, like always.
We back up in this thing, you know?
Yeah, so y'all got any news for me? Because I got a little bit, not a lot. You know what I'm talking about? It's just
not a whole lot that I found that was like of interest.
what's up? Oh shit, in the building. Abel Mahari in the building. But you know, I it's just a little bit of news that I've gotten. You know, let's say I was looking at an article earlier. You know, Tom Loeffler situation. It's like conflicting reports because Tom Loeffler went at it with Dan Raphael, talking about he's reporting false news because that y'all remember when I reported that the other day. That's where I got it from. Was Dan Raphael. But you know, but they said it's false.
I hope it is because Tom Loeffler, like Shakita said, like he was the main one defending Triple G. So that would have been. I don't know. You know, I think that would have been kind of stupid on Triple G's behalf, unless he was linking up with somebody like Al Heyman, you know, to get fights.
Well, he has reportedly been in talks with Heyman in the PBC.
Yeah,
so
he talked to him. I heard around that time.
December 13th.
Yeah, the Tyson Fury and the Wilder fight.
Yeah, hey, Triple G said he tired of y'all talking about him, man. He wants some respect on his name. He finna dare to be great and jump up in the PBC.
Tell him give me some shrimp and broccoli with some garlic sauce on it. He get my
beef lo mein. That's what's up.
Yeah, man. And then y'all know, did y'all see the news with Eddie Hearn and signed TJ? What's his name? The bantamweight champion.
Oh,
nah, didn't see no news.
Nah, I didn't catch that.
I know it's that
TJ Doheny or something like that.
Yeah, that dude right there.
Yeah.
Good luck, cause shoot, Eddie Hearn, the cheapest millionaire I ever heard of. He ain't giving out no bags.
Hey, let him tell it. The cheapest billionaire.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Hold on, real quick. Hey, take over, y'all, real quick. Let me run in the kitchen real quick and grab me a drink. I'll be right back.
Shoot, that's what I did as soon as you did your announcement. I went to grab that water. Shoot, is there any news? I thought I heard something today. Nah, y'all go on and cook, cause I think that I did hear some news, but I'm not sure.
Yo, I actually gotta jump out the whip real quick. I got something I just thought about that I listened to earlier today, but I gotta jump out the car real quick and drop off a package at FedEx, and then I'll be right back.
All right. I got some breaking news, man. Some news you can use right here.
Yeah, my bad. I had to grab it.
Go ahead, 503. Yeah, your mic is mad.
My boy Chico Madonna is trying to get a comeback, man. He's back in the gym training.
Who? Madonna?
Yeah, he said he want to fight. He want to fight Floyd again. He want to fight Canelo, or he want to fight Amir Khan again. He trying to, I guess, avenge his loss to Amir Khan and Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
But not Canelo.
Dude, he almost got Amir Khan at the end of the fight. He rocked him.
Yeah, man. But Khan
damn sure did.
Nah, Amir Khan got the best of him in the beginning of that fight. At the end, Chino started coming back on. But I don't know. You think he could get back down to 147? I seen this dude in the Louis store, in the Versace store. I mean, that's a good topic that you brought up, though, 503. I can't lie.
He got a gut now, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was living like a kingpin. I thought he was hustling.
Nah. I think he can come back. You know what I'm saying? You know, come back to America.
He should be pushing his little brother though, 503, because Fabian Madonna, he was giving Mikey work. Yo, I was watching that.
He is.
Yo, I was like, he was giving Mikey all he could handle. I didn't see he ain't look like a 4-division world champion against Fabian Madonna. Tell you that. Fabian Madonna was giving him that work.
Yeah.
Man.
I think he can come back. He just got to take it slow, though. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 6 months straight with training. Cut that weight slowly. Eat right.
Word. He got to, you ain't lying, 503. He definitely got to eat right.
Yeah, he ain't ready. He ain't ready for no Mayweather. He ain't ready for Canelo. But I can see him fighting Amir Khan, and that'd be a good, point.
Yeah. I think I will come back to that too. I agree with Mac with that. That's exactly how it would start.
Hey, I just jumped back in the whip, man. Who y'all talking about?
Madonna.
I just broke the news. Madonna is looking for a comeback. He trying to come back this year in 2019. You know what I'm saying?
What?
He want to fight Amir Khan, Canelo, or Floyd Mayweather. He trying to avenge his losses to Amir Khan or Floyd Mayweather, or he want Canelo at 160.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think he got any faster. Now, granted, he can clip Amir Khan, and Amir Khan gonna fall into a million jigsaw puzzle pieces. But I still don't think he got nothing for Floyd because he doesn't have enough speed.
Hey, salute, fellas.
What's going on? One of them ones that entered the building.
Yeah. Well, Guan, one of them ones.
Is that one of them ones, isn't it?
Yeah. The one. That's what's up.
Yeah,
Hey, I know what I was gonna say is I just thought about it, man. Did anybody hear the interview with Lou DiBella on the Boxing Voice today?
No, I meant to catch that, but I really didn't.
Hey, good interview, man. That boy Lou, he went in on Eddie today, man.
Like, hey, give us the particulars. Break it down for us.
Basically, they asked him, a variety of different questions, talking about up and coming prospects and talents that he's working with, different promoters that he's been able to work with to get new fights. But it seemed like the guts of it was about the Fury rematch with Wilder, and then the potential fight with AJ and Wilder. And they were asking him about, what was it that kept the AJ Wilder fight from going through? And he didn't spare any of the language either, man. He was like, man, them boys is full of, you know what I'm saying? They didn't want to fight. Eddie didn't want to fight. AJ didn't want to fight. He was saying instead of plastering everything all over social media and this and that, the way fights gets made are people talk behind the scenes, and then they iron out everything that needs to be ironed out, and then the fight gets signed. You know what I'm saying? Every step of the negotiation then plastered all over social media just so you look like, the bad guy, the good guy, and the other person looks like the villain, or you look like you got the upper hand and the other person is weak, or you the one that really wants to make the fight and the other person like they duck it. But one of the things that Ness asked him about the $50 million offer, and that offer coming from BT Sports. And Lou DiBella, he was saying, it was an offer. That's all it was. And he said that he didn't necessarily say that the money wasn't going to come from BT, but at the same time, man, we all got to keep in mind, we just watched the fight with Fury and Wilder. Fury is contractually obligated to BT Sports. You know what I'm saying? So, and one thing Lou was saying was where the fight is going to be aired as far as networks has no bearing in two fighters making a fight if they really want to make the fight. All of that could be worked out. A few years back, we saw Floyd Mayweather, who was contractually obligated to Showtime, fight Canelo Alvarez, who was contractually obligated to HBO at the time, fight on Showtime pay-per-view. So I mean, this isn't something brand new under the sun. Oh,
Tyson
go
and
ahead.
Lewis. Tyson and Lewis.
Yeah, Tyson and
Tyson
Lewis.
was Showtime fighter. He was
Bruh,
one of the first Showtime fighters.
right. You know what I'm saying? This is something, man, that's been going on for decades. You know, fighters fighting with network deals, you know, fighting across the lines or whatever, you know, however, across the fence or across the street, however you want to put it, man. When it comes to money, these networks they'll make it make sense and they'll make it work. And that's what Lou DiBella was saying, man. Don't believe all the Eddie Hearn sound bites and all the narratives that he's putting out there on social media, bro. AJ being obligated and having a television contract with Sky Sports is not the reason they had to turn down that $50 million bag. So, you know, that's the nuts and bolts of it, man. But I thought it was really interesting. So anybody that get a chance, man, go check that interview out on the Boxing Voice. He talked to them for probably about, I don't know, man, it seemed like about 40, 45 minutes, man. He chopped it up with them.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, TBV's been doing some good work lately.
Yeah. Hey, so let me ask y'all this, man. When y'all first heard the fact, the excuse that people were putting out and that Eddie Hearns put out that AJ couldn't accept that money because the money was from BT Sports and AJ's a Sky Sports fighter and all of this. What was y'all's initial thought about that?
It's a fallacy.
Yeah.
The moment AJ said it, I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I didn't believe it. Because for one, I'm gonna say this. If we're prize fighters, money is at the end. We're making our money at the end of the day, getting in the ring and putting our lives on the line. When it comes to something like that, $50 million, I don't have to pay Sky Sports if they offer me $50 million to go to another network to fight. Why would I have to pay Sky Sports? Because I'm not the A side in that fight. In most of these contracts, you have to be the A side.
Right.
Am I right?
Right.
So if you're the A side, then yeah, I go over I'm taking care of my contract responsibilities to Sky Sports, but seeing that they offer me more money to be the B side, I per the money, I go where it's offered. I don't have to pay nobody else. That means Eddie Hearn is cut completely out of it because that money trumps your promoter. Does anybody on the panel disagree with me? So yeah, so in accepting of that money, you're accepting their contract. Their contract is going to supersede anything that you already have in works. Now, after you did your contractual agreements with Deontay Wilder and Shelly Finkel and their $50 million, then you can go back to your contractual agreement on the other side. So when he said all that extra BS, I didn't give a damn. Damn, everybody got quiet after that one. What, did I just cover everything?
Nah, man. Hey, I was on mute. I was actually talking, but I was on mute. Hey, check this out. One other thing, man, that we gotta pay attention to is a lot of these defenders and protectors of Eddie Hearns and AJ and Sky Sports and all of that, man. All of these dudes are out here crying about how AJ couldn't take that fight because of his contractual obligations, but at the same time, they're crying for a fight with Tyson Fury now. You know what I'm saying? Who is also contractually obligated to BT Sports.
Well, BT Sports aired, but you gotta say BT Sports aired the Wilder Fury fight.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But if they're so headstrong and hell bent on upholding the narrative that AJ can't fight because he's on Sky Sports, he couldn't accept that bag, blah, 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 blah. Well, doesn't that same thing go for Tyson Fury?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So why y'all out there clamoring for this fight with Tyson Fury? You ought to know what the situation is if that's the case.
Right.
What's the situation with Fury at the moment? Is he not looking for that rematch, or is he? I've heard he's had a CT scan and it didn't turn out too well.
You said, okay, repeat that because your mic is low. Let me see if I can turn you up. Hold on.
Yeah, he's super low.
talks with Fury on that rematch with Wilder. Because I heard that.
Yeah, I know. Hold on, one of the ones. I'm finna turn you up in your mic. I don't know why this. Okay. Okay, there you go. All right, say it again.
Yeah. I was just saying, Fury Wilder, the rematch. Has anyone got any info on that? Is that gonna
No,
is that
the
happening?
only
Is Fury not looking for that?
the only thing that I got right now is Frank Warren came out the other day to dispel some Eddie Hearn's comments that he got a text from Fury and that fight could be possible and they for the start trying to work on a fight with Fury. When Frank Warren came out and said no, the only fight that he's working on or he heard anything from is that he is working with Shelly Finkel right now and getting the negotiations started for the Fury Wilder rematch, and that's straight from Frank Warren. So as of right now, they are in negotiations for their fight. So everything that's been coming out about this fight might not happen and this and that, they are currently in negotiations for this fight right now.
Yeah, I heard that he
I
had a
hope.
CT scan and he wasn't looking too good or something, and his family was concerned or something.
But see, you got that. All those reports came from Ben Davis. Ben Davis I don't think Ben Davis wants this fight to happen because even Ben Davis said he wanted to throw in the towel in that fight. That alone right there tells me that they don't that for anybody that says Wilder lost that fight, his trainer just told y'all he wanted to throw the towel in on that fight. So if you thought that Wilder lost that fight, the trainer wouldn't have wanted to throw the towel in. These are words that came out of Ben Davis' mouth. But Ben Davis, I think he's scared for Tyson Fury, and he's the one putting out most of these reports.
Yeah, and another thing, one other thing I want to bring out to everybody, bro, with Eddie Hearn's putting these stories out there that they're trying to negotiate with Tyson Fury, bro. Deontay Wilder just offered that man 50-50. You know what I'm saying? In the fight they had, man, there is no way. And other than the lineal title, Tyson Fury brings nothing to the table. Deontay Wilder brought the WBC Super Heavyweight Championship to the table. So, I mean, do they honestly believe that Team AJ is gonna sweeten up the deal any more for Tyson Fury than they did for Wilder? I seriously doubt it.
Hey, now, Fanon just posted a title for his video because it just came up in my notifications. And the title literally states, Lou DiBella talks Wilder's $50 million offer to Anthony Joshua. He says if it wasn't real, sign it and sue us. That made the most sense of any argument that anybody can make that the money is real.
Yes, he did say that. I forgot that he did say that. If the money's not real, he said sign the contract. If the money's not real, then sue us.
And the other thing too is this though that I remember I think last year he went on Lou DiBella went on Dante's Boxing Nation. He even said kind of the same familiar words though that if you believe that the 50 million was not real, sign the contract and sue us if it's not real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this is not a surprise. Yep. This is not a true surprise.
So I want to talk about something, and this I want to ask the whole panel this, and I'm gonna start with you, 503. So Dillian White been running his mouth in news lately, and one of the things since we own the $50 million, he came out and said, Why didn't you take the $50 million? You ducked the $50 million to fight Wilder. He came out and said that out of his own mouth. Like what is y'all take on that? 503, what you got?
I mean, it's like
is he clout chasing or do y'all believe him?
I believe it. I believe, to be honest with you, man, I think, man, like I say, bro, that's gonna be one of the biggest ducks in heavyweight boxing history, probably up until we probably 40, 50 years old or some shit, bro. You're not gonna really hear too many dudes ducking the $50 million fade. And Dillian White said a lot of things, man, but that's been a talk of the town, bro. Like, that's why AJ is It's him and Eddie Hearn is under so much pressure right now, and you haven't really been seeing Eddie Hearn do a lot of interviews ever since they came to America. Eddie Hearn has been really quiet ever since the fight with Dillian White, man. So I honestly think that White is he on to something with that, man, and he gonna use that as a tactic to get inside AJ head, man. If these dudes fight in April, you gonna see Dillian White bring that shit up. He gonna say that in the gloves are off. He gonna say that again in front of AJ. He gonna fuck with him, man, because we all know that that's true, bro. You see fighters, you just said it, man. Fighters fight on different networks all the time, man. And one of the biggest fights, Tyson, Lennox Lewis, man. You know what I'm saying? These dudes can go over to networks and get a bag if they not the A side. You see fighters fighting under the zone. Clarissa Shields fighting under the zone. You see top ranked fighters fighting on PBC. PBC fighters fighting on top rank, bro. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, man, get your money at the end of the day. And that's what these fighters do, man. It's loopholes and shit that these fighters can get into. You know what I'm saying? If the money is there. You know what I'm saying? Fighters do it all the time, and AJ is no different. You know what I'm saying? Because BT Sports and Sky Sports could easily work something out for AJ to fight and get that $50 million. You know what I'm saying? Showtime, BT, and Sky Sports could all work together, and everybody could have got money off that $50 million payday.
That was gonna be the biggest pay-per-view bout, and I guarantee you that fight would have sold over $1 million, if not $2 million. Because I could just in Europe alone, it was gonna sell over $1 million.
Exactly, and that shit probably would have did up to $1 million over here, or at least $500,000. Because you had Tyson Fury and Wilder doing over 300,000 pay-per-view buys in America just by itself. You know what I'm saying? So them dudes is full of shit, man. And Eddie Hearn and AJ is gonna have to live with that for the rest of their career. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are just Eddie Hearn lovers, man. They fanboys of Eddie Hearn. They really not fans of boxing or Matchroom. They fans of Eddie Hearn, and they obsessed with Anthony Joshua's muscles, man. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, Anthony Joshua is gonna have to live with that. He's gonna have to always get scrutiny. He's gonna always get booed by the UK fans. He's gonna always be under pressure until he delivers. Period.
Yeah. Hey, Ak, I want you to touch on that.
Well, I agree 100% with 503 just said. You know, as far as, you know, we do see different fighters, and even throughout history, we've seen different fighters fight on different networks to make stuff pop. Now, what I'm not understanding is this. A man offers you that type of money and you don't take it. That's strike one. Now, and you want to know what's crazy? I'm glad that y'all brought this up, because my mans that live in my buildings, right? Me and him is talking today. He said, yo, your mans is ducking. And I'm on the phone with him. I'm like, yo, who you talking about, fam? He's like, yo, your man Wilder. He didn't respond. I was like, come on, man.
Hey,
you watch boxing. You an idiot.
Hey,
you an idiot.
Hey, you breaking up.
Oh, I'm breaking up?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
There you go.
I was going to say, should I click out and come back in?
You good now. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I was saying, like, I don't know if y'all heard me, but yeah, my boy was like, yeah, your man's is ducking. And I'm like, who you talking about? He's like, Deontay Wilder didn't respond to Anthony Joshua. I'm like, bro, we got to finish what's on our dinner plate right now. We got to take care of this business with Tyson Fury. Once we dust him off and finish him once and for all, we could move on to other things. Now, if Deontay Wilder feels like he doesn't want to make that fight because of what Eddie, the Germ Hearn, and Anthony, a feminine Joshua, you know what I mean? If he don't feel like making the fight, I'm going to support him, because y'all was playing games the whole time. The whole entire time. You know what I mean? There's no way, bro, that you should have ever turned down $50 million, bro. It's not that much being scared in the world. You could have literally had that fight, had a lost, and bounced right back, bro. Could have bounced right back. And if you really wanted to prove as a man and as a fighter, you know what I mean? You were supposed to do that for the UK, bro. You had Tyson Fury, who came off of off of drugs and overweight. You know what I mean? 2 tune-up fights, and you had this man step up and fight for you. That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. He made all the Nigerians look bad. At the same time, Deontay Wilder made us look good. You know, so I just don't know, man. Even if AJ take the fight now, it still lost a little bit of his merit because we've been waiting so long. And is it true that when he got booed that he really went home and cried?
Well, who got booed?
Nah, Dillian White just talking shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, fella, you cook on it.
I mean, it is what it is with regards to. I mean, AJ, I'm with Ak Reach on this as well. I mean, if Wilder decides to not fight AJ and not negotiate with the Germ, it's fine with me. You know what I mean? I'm fine with him pursuing 50-0, 50-0-1. Going after guys like he needs, to me, first thing on his plate is needs to get that lineal title. Needs to clean up the whole situation with Tyson Fury. You know what I mean? And then realistically, the WBC, they're no friend of Wilder, so they're gonna put Brazil in his face and make him get that Mando possibly, unless, you know, they'll probably look the other way if the AJ fight is on the table. But Brazil has been mandatory for a long time. That being said, so he's gonna want a shot. He's gonna have to get it. So I mean, if he goes that route, I have no problem with it because Wilder, he went over there. He went over to the UK. He was commentating at the AJ fight and made it known that he wanted to fight. He showed up to where AJ's at to let him know. I mean, he came up with the 50 million. You know what I mean? He did all the things required to make this fight happen. But these fools from the UK, you know what I mean, made all these obstacles to make it not happen. So I'm completely with Wilder if he decides to go the other way because you don't want to work with fool people. You know what I mean? Yep. Because from a distance, you know what I mean, you can't tell who is who. Shout out Jay-Z for that line. You know what I mean?
I get you. I 100% agree. 100% agree. Y'all know where I stand on it, so ain't no need for me to tell y'all what I want. I could give two shits about a Eddie Hearn Anthony Joshua fight. Yeah, and one of them. Y'all know where I want to see. Abel Mahari, what you got on it?
Well, let's put it this way. I mean, I agree with the majority of everybody's it's consensual opinions at this point. You know, because, you know, AJ, you know, is going to look at this like how Riddick Bowe is looking at it right now, how he threw away the WBC belt not to fight Lennox Lewis, but allowing, you know, people around him to dictate his decisions.
Well, hey, we can't bring that one up no more. It's that fight was signed, bro. Lennox Lewis.
No.
Lennox Lewis fucked that fight up. But I know, but Lennox Lewis fucked that fight up. So I'm not gonna say Riddick Bowe duck Lennox no more. Y'all never gonna hear me say that again. Because that fight was signed. All Lennox Lewis had to do was win, and he got his ass beat up.
Okay, well, I didn't know about that. I didn't know about that part though. So thanks for informing me about that. So
anytime, man.
Yeah, for sure. So all right, I'll scratch that point then, since you basically helped me clear that up. So to me, I mean, AJ's lost his upper hand, you know, because he declined to take the $50 million. Like all he had to do was call the bluff, sign the contract, and see if it was real or not. But obviously, it's being proven now that it's real. So it's like you're basically at a dead end at this point. Who are you gonna fight? You know, as for Wilder's point of view, he doesn't at this point. If he decided if he didn't want to fight AJ, I wouldn't have a problem with it because, you know, he tried everything he could to make that fight possible. but AJ and Hearn, they made it nearly impossible to make it happen. So, hey, go for 50-0, go for undefeated record, and establish your legacy that way. I would love to see him. I would love to see Wilder beat the hell out of Gerald Miller or Dominic Brazil. I wouldn't have a problem with that. If the rematch happens with Tyson Fury, which I think it will most likely will, I would be down to pay that pay-per-view again, because at least unlike Joshua, Wilder's real as it gets, man. And so that's what my take is, man. And I hope that AJ, learns from this and and reconsiders down the line, but I just don't see that happening.
Right on. One of them ones. Fuller? I ain't heard from Fuller this whole show.
To be honest, like, I don't feel sorry for Dillian White, because what I think it is, Dillian White was a lackey for Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn probably told him, yeah, do this, do that, and you'll get to fight Anthony Joshua again. So, I mean, at first, when you look at it, Dillian White was actually defending Anthony Joshua and was actually talking against Deontay Wilder a lot and talking against a lot of other guys too. Now that it seems like he's not getting the Anthony Joshua fight, he's like pouting up a storm. And, unfortunately, unpopular truth came out, which is, the money was real, and that Anthony Joshua just simply didn't want the fight. Anthony Joshua never did want the fight. And so now, because he's not getting a fight with Anthony Joshua, at least it doesn't seem like it, that's why he's kind of like just whining about it, But I don't think nothing of it. I don't feel bad or anything. These guys are just jokes to me at this point. And so every time I hear news from Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua camp, or even from the zone in general, I just shrug my shoulders, bro. Like, there's nothing there. It's just a bunch of all smokes and mirror, man. That's all it is.
I feel that one.
Yeah.
And one of the ones, coming from your side of town, what does all this news really do for the European fan as of right now, the English fans right now?
Yeah, man, I can't speak for Europe, but I'm afraid I can't really add too much value to this, because I'm not going to say anything any different to what's already been said. I'm just going to say it in a different way, in a different accent, to be honest with you. But I'm not as well versed on the politics of the whole AJ Wilder thing. Naturally, I would like to see the fight. I'm not impressed with all this back and forth, and he said this, she said that, and I just want to see the fight. With regards to Dillian White, listen, man, I won't take. Dillian White is a joker, man. He comes from the same ends as me, and I won't take everything he says, too literally. Dillian White is a troll, man. He does troll, but every time I hear him speak, I just laugh. Like me and my crew, we just laugh, because we know Dillian White, and not on a personal level, but we come from the same environment and that sort of thing. But the closest I can give you on this is what you mentioned last time, Stay Ready. I can't remember, maybe 4 or 5 streams ago or something, when I was actually on the stream. Is I don't give a fuck about none of this. I want to see Wilder slaughter Brazil. That's what I want to see.
My exact that's what the hell I want to see. That's my exact.
It's off subject. It's not,
No, it's really on subject, because the reason I'm even talking about it is because that's today's news right now. As far as the sport of boxing, it's really slow until we get to Pacquiao Broner week. I honestly don't even want to talk about Broner. Y'all know I don't. I know that we're gonna talk about it tomorrow on the Mobcast, and I'm gonna speak my piece on it too. But I honestly just don't. I don't want to talk about Broner no more.
Well, let's continue to talk about AJ because I just had an epiphany, a little revelation just now over this conversation. I just realized AJ, not only is he scared to fight Wilder, but he's scared to fight Tyson Fury as well.
Yeah.
Listen. This is how I determined it. Because he's so scared to fight Tyson Fury, he pretended not to know what the lineal championship was. He pretended to not know what the lineal championship was, even though all the belts that this man has is through Tyson Fury. You think that man don't deserve a shot? People are saying he's the man in UK, but you don't want to fight him.
But he ain't the only one that didn't act like he didn't know what lineal was. I hate to say it, but Big Titty Miller, he act like he didn't know what lineal. He was like, I never heard of that.
The only thing Big Titty Miller know about is a 1 pound hamburger that he eats on a regular. That's all the fuck he knows.
And he always talk about that too. That's funny that you say
that. Yeah, I know. That's why I said
I can expect that here from Blubber Lang. I expect that.
He said
from AJ. A gold medalist that has somewhat of an education of the sport that talks about, oh yeah, I study this guy and I study this guy, watch the old fights here, you know what I mean? AJ be talking that shit, talking about, oh, he studies the sport, but you don't know about the lineal all of a sudden when it comes to Tyson Fury.
Hey, am I the only one that kind of sees the correlation between Dylan White and Big Titty Miller, man? I see them as like literally the opposites of each other on opposite sides of the water, man. Like in similarity. I just see them both as jokers, man.
Most definitely. They are pretty much the same character, just on different sides of the pond.
That's it.
You know what I mean? Because you can't trust none of them. You can't trust none of those two. One day, Big Baby will be like he's like somebody you could ride with, and then the next day he'll say something, nah, man, this guy's cooning. This guy's cooning. Yeah. Same with Dillian White. There'll be times with Dillian White, he presents himself like he's, a trill brother, and then other times you see him wearing a blouse, and then we know, he ain't that trill.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was saying. That you can't take what Dylan White says too literally or too seriously, and this is partly the reason why I don't really get involved, pay too much attention to the whole politics of things, because I've heard Dylan White say some real things, and then I've heard him talk out his backside. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to have to be trying to decipher what's true, what's real, and what's what. Do you know what I mean? That's why I just see them guys as just jokers, man. Until this fight happens, I'm just not interested. I don't care about the 50 mil, who was offered this, who's lineal champion, who's got the WBC. Man, when's the fight happening? Is it going to happen or not? If it's not going to happen, then that's cool. Like, I'll just keep it pushing. Let Brazil get that smoke from Wilder. I want to see that. I want to see that.
No, I know what's going to happen. I want to see it too, but I know what's going to happen. I
want to see a murder.
Why every time Dillian White talk, you always say, isn't it? Isn't it?
What's that?
Isn't it?
Who Dylan White says, isn't it?
Isn't it real?
Y'all say in the UK.
Yeah.
Even when the gloves is off, I counted how many times he said it.
Oh, yeah.
He must have said it like 50 times, bro. When him and Derek Chisora was at the table.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the equivalent of.
He said, it don't really matter if I fight him, isn't it? Oh, what the hell?
Let me school you guys. Well, it is, he's saying in it, right? Which is an abbreviation for isn't it?
Yeah, I know.
Hold on. We say isn't it here in Texas.
Really?
You got to remember, in Texas, we jumble our words together. Like
so you say in it.
Yeah.
It don't sound like the UK though. I like the way.
Well, hey, what time you going to the store in a minute? same thing.
I'm finna get ready and go to the store, man. I'm finna go to the store, man.
I'm finna.
Yeah, finna.
Essentials.
Yeah, because I'm sure that if you guys really,
grab my water over there.
I'm sure if you guys really did say that 503 would be all on that.
No, we
in
do.
it, man. In it.
We don't say it. We don't say it in the same context you guys do, but it's still the same abbreviation, and we say it just in the middle of a sentence, like in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't say it in the same.
We'll also say it to say like how can I? We'll say in it. Do you know what? You just say it naturally. That I'm actually
Yo, it's funny you said it. You almost sounded like him.
I'm actually having to academically think about the terminology now, and I'm struggling. Right? Okay. So, how do we say? So we'll say it like in it. You know what I'm saying? In it. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like we kind of use it interchangeably to mean a few things. Like generally, it means isn't it? Or we can use it to say, do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like you guys are saying, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I say you heard.
Yeah, like
you dig.
You heard.
No, I'm talking about. No, I'm talking about.
I like what 503 trying to copy. He was like,
what was he talking? Was he doing? Did he do an interview yesterday? Dylan White?
No. I was talking about when I heard Dillian White saying, "Isn't it?" He kept saying it on "Take Off the Gloves." That's what it's called, right? When him and Derek Chisora was
gloves off.
Yeah, gloves off. That's what I meant to say. And he said, "Isn't it?" like 50 times.
Hey, what's on this subject, right? I've always wondered. You know, you always say finna. I know how you use it and the context, but what is that? Where's that come from? What's the abbreviation? I'm finna do this.
Fixing to do. Fixing to do.
Exactly. I was just getting ready to say that. Exactly what our fella said.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm about to go take care of the business. I'm finna go take care of the business.
Yeah. We don't use that at all.
I'm take care of my business. Hey, Act Reacher, here's your favorite phrase. I hope you're ready. I hope you're hungry.
You're hungry.
You're hungry. Kill Brooke.
Oh man.
Kill Brooke.
Yeah, that's another thing we gotta talk about, man. That UK humor, man.
Man.
Yo, look, I'm not trying to curse on Mac's channel, right? But I heard that Dillian White. No, actually, I'm sorry. Eddie Hearn came out and said that Dillian White said he's. I don't even want to repeat it, yo. But
no, bro, please don't. I don't want to hear no more of that Eddie Hearn bullshit.
He said he would do the Eddie Hearn. Well, he gonna do.
My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's some weirdo shit right there, man.
I heard about that. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Dillian White. Sometimes he's trill, and then other times he's wearing a blouse, bro.
Hey, old fella, that's what I'm trying to tell you, man. Dylan White comes from the same ends as me, man. You can't take everything he says too seriously. He's a troll. He's just like Big Baby Miller, man. That's what
bro. But to even joke about them things, bro. Like I don't know, man.
The only thing I can say about Big Baby Miller is he's from America. He know that. And he's from New York. Them gay references is not gonna slide. You are gonna get roasted, fam. Trust me. I don't know where else in America you could do that, but we got some of the people that'll come at you quick, fast, and in a hurry for that. You start that gay boy shit, they quick.
I believe.
Oh yeah, you actually
talking about. He was talking
yeah, you need to go to Atlanta for that.
They're gonna be like, that's dumb gay. You know what I mean? We can't even play around like that. That's why I always said that UK some of them be worrying me out.
What you're talking about, I don't think that was Dylan White. I think that was Chisora talking to White.
Hey, Ag, though, I can picture yourself. I can picture you living in the UK for about a year, and you'll be confusing as fuck. Like, what you just say to me? And it's like, oh no, that's just human, mate.
Freaking, I'll probably lose my freaking boxing registration out there, bro. because I would have freaking had to punch somebody out for some gay boy shit. Like, don't. I don't like that. I don't really like that gay humor, man. You
Dillian White uses it frequently. Uses it frequently. Even Eddie. Go ahead.
You can't like the whole thing, man. What's that?
I know. Hey, let's change the subject. Y'all gonna make me delete this whole fucking live stream. We gonna get off that whole.
No, you right.
Hold on, before we, y'all see the young John, y'all see young John here,
bro. I was just able to get back on, man. I was just getting ready to say something too. I was just able to jump back on, man. Hey.
I know we finna get off of that whole conversation.
Man, he said, like, man, I want to get the fuck out of this damn conversation. Fuck out of here with that.
hey, well, can I say this real quick?
Sure.
Check it out, man. And this is my assessment of that subject with the UK humor and stuff, bruh. I don't even know if it's so much UK humor, but I think it's Caucasian humor. You know what I'm saying? Because you look at it in terms of culturally, bruh. I ain't never heard of nothing about teabagging until I started, you know what I'm saying, being around white cats.
Yeah, I'm over here muted and talking like a motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't never heard of I ain't never heard of nothing like that until
a random thing. You know, I think with Eddie Hearn.
Hey, hold on before you say it. Who muted me? Because I didn't mute myself. But hold on before you say it. I just wanted to say this. That whole gay conversation thing, man, we got to get away from that. There's nothing to it, but y'all know how strong the LGBT is right now. And y'all know how we all are trying to build our channels up and get it monetized and everything. So with that, I don't want to get marked and I don't want to have to delete videos because for every view and the hours that we're trying to get to those 4,000 hours, all that matters, and deleting videos don't help. That's why I'm saying now we're gonna get off that conversation. I don't even want to talk about it no more. Like real
That's
talk.
cool.
And I agree with you on that, Mac, because you know there's probably, I'm not saying like our normal people in the chat, there's probably people that's viewing this that probably are like that. And we can't discriminate. What it is.
Okay, so
let me say, listen, I just want to say this.
Just change the subject. It can be anything. We can talk about. Matter of fact, while we on it, how about them Clemson Tigers though yesterday?
Yeah, man,
bro, that was going
to them yesterday.
Didn't roll in. I did too. The Tide didn't roll in.
I want to say one more last thing though. You know, Eddie Hearn is running around like a chicken with his head cut off because you know what? I'm talking to my uncle and stuff, and that Brexit, man, ain't no joke, man. The UK is losing a lot of money, bro, and so he's doing anything and everything possible to save face. I mean, he even tried to sign Devin Haney, but Devin Haney said nope. You know. He tried to get him aboard.
Yeah, he
but,
did try to sign. And I did want to talk on that. I wasn't going to bring it up yet, but since you have brought it up, let's just...
Yeah, man.
That's another person that Eddie Hearn failed to sign. So what does it look like with him in his own right now?
Looks like he out of the door.
Yo, this man tried to sign everybody. He said he was going to come to America and take over. And I've yet to see it. You ain't offering no money. You gave all the money to the ring car girl, which I ain't mad at because a lot of the ones that he got on Matchroom is cute. You know what I'm saying? I'll give him that. That's the best thing Eddie Hearn did. The best thing that he did. But you can't invest all your money into things like that. I don't see the promotion. Like, where's the money invested into the advertisement? You got Dante, the only one pushing it. Where was it at on, like, major networks? Or I don't know. I ain't even, I actually got channels in the UK because I got a Fire Stick now, and I still got my cable. I ain't see DAZN really on no big platform yet. Like me, if I was a promoter, you would get.
But DAZN, you can't get DAZN in the UK.
Yeah, we can't get DAZN in the UK.
So but check it out. Have y'all been paying attention to the amount of promotion for the?
We'll cook on that, Rough House.
I was gonna say, man, have y'all been paying
Cook
attention to
on
the amount
what?
of promotion?
On Eddie Hearn trying to sign Devin Haney?
Yeah. I want to hear
Well,
about. I want to hear what Rough. I want to hear Roughhouse. Real
Oh,
yeah,
quick.
I
okay.
was. Well, he was talking
I'm gonna
about
come back to you, fool.
you
All
know,
right.
Ack was talking about
Are you there,
the lack of.
Ruff?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, man. Everybody disappearing or getting quiet on one another. But what you think about it, Abel?
Hello,
Uh,
you hear me?
yeah,
Yeah,
let
I hear you.
Clubhouse is
yeah, we
talking, Mac. You can't hear nobody.
I can't hear nobody. Hold on.
You got to get out and jump back in your own thing.
Yeah, bro.
No, I
yeah,
know.
bro.
Hold on.
I hear Rough House loud and clear.
Okay,
Yeah,
you
me
go,
too.
Ruff.
Yo, I was gonna say, man,
Hmm.
Ack was talking
Oh,
about
that's
the.
why. I see it now. All right, talk, Ruff. I can hear you now.
All right, I was gonna say, man, Ack was talking about the lack of promotion and things, you know, and that's one of the failures of the zone. But I was gonna ask, man, have y'all been paying attention to how much promotion has been going into the Plant Usagati fight?
Yes.
Bruh,
Yep.
it has been ridiculous. And they even and Blue Blood even reported, man, they did a road to Plant versus Uskatigi. Like
Oh,
they
I
do.
didn't see that. I didn't see.
Yeah, he said they did an hour-long special, man, talking about both fighters' backgrounds, and then like the last 20-25 minutes of the program, they had a face-off like they do on HBO.
Yeah, I seen the face off, but I ain't
Yeah, yeah.
see.
Yeah, bro, and this is for Plant and Uskatigi. This isn't for Errol Spence
Heck yeah.
and you know what I'm saying? You know
This
what I'm
already
saying?
aired, Rough House.
Was that?
It already aired
Yeah,
on TV.
yeah, it already aired. So I'm pretty sure you can go back and find it somewhere. But you know what I'm saying? This is a fighter. These are two fighters that hardcore boxing fans don't know, but they're putting the PBC and Fox are rolling up their sleeves and putting in that work to introduce the casuals to these fighters. And that fight is gonna come, you know what I'm saying? That fight is gonna come on after what NFL playoff football. And then you're gonna roll right into a big time fight with a nice fight card. So those are the differences in Eddie Hearn and the DAZN platform versus what the PBC has tried to do in their model. You know what I'm saying? Advertising is everything, especially when you're trying to break into a brand new market, brother. Over half of your budget should be advertising and marketing, but they didn't
Right.
do that. And then Eddie Hearns came out talking about, well, you know, we plan on overpaying fighters if we have to, but then the offers that he's made to these fighters, they've all laughed at him. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? I make that already. That's what you offering? Oh, I make more than that. You know? So I don't know what he thought, but whatever he thought, it wasn't right.
Okay,
Okay.
let me say this though, real quick though, and then I'll let the Stay Ready take over. The thing is, give credit to Al Heyman and the PBC. They're putting their money where their mouth is, and they're actually pushing out, the best their fights out there. They're pushing out, advertisements, special like episodes and things of that sort. You know what I mean? The thing is, Eddie Hearn didn't look at the demographics of the American market. He didn't understand how the American sports market works, and as a result, you've seen him being shut out and going to other places to, make fights. So he didn't plan this very thoroughly.
Hey, one of the ones you got anything on it? All right, fella.
Um, what on Eddie Hearn? Nah, not really. I mean, what Al Heyman's doing in the UK, man, I'm really looking forward to that because he could potentially bring back boxing to terrestrial TV like it was in the 90s. All boxing used to be on ITV, the main station, but he's got this thing with Frank Warren, and he's going to be bringing it back to ITV4, so that's going to be a good look. A lot of boxing on free TV. We have to see how it plays out, but yeah, Eddie Hearn, I don't really know what to say, man. It is what it is, man. There's always going to be snake oil salespeople in boxing, and when Eddie's gone, there'll be another one. So I don't dwell on it too much, man.
You're right.
Kudos,
You're right about that.
kudos to Al Heyman for sure. I mean, to put this card up right up after the football NFL playoff game is a genius move. I don't know if it's gonna get Spence like numbers when they put him after the Olympic basketball game, but it will definitely help. And I'll be interested to know or interested to see what the numbers turn out after this fight. I'm speculate maybe between 1.5 to 2 million viewers, which is good, I would say, for it's being on FS1.
Oh no, I think it's gonna get.
Yeah, what'd you say?
I think it's gonna be.
I think it's gonna get a real nice viewership.
I think so too. I think that just off of the fact that how they're promoting and pushing and pumping, like Rough House was saying, yo man, I just feel like Al Heyman and his whole marketing scheme, man. You good money over there, man. Like this is a man I heard you could have $200 in the bank. You probably had like 500,000 in the bank. You got 200 in the bank. He gonna wire you at least $250,000 in your account. That's just a rumor I heard. I ain't gonna say what boxer it was, because I ain't trying to throw mud on son's name. You know what I mean? Like we say in New York, but I'm just saying, like that's a real dude right there. You know what I mean? So if it's true, I don't, I wasn't that guy, but just saying, if it's true, that's real. I just feel like they all in a great position. The PBC fighters. I just hope that we could try to get Bud Crawford over there after this Amir Khan fight. You know what I mean? Because I really want to see Terrence Bud Crawford. I want him to mix it up with a few of the PBC fighters, because he's talking about leaving the sport soon, because I guess he's frustrated with the whole ordeal.
Well, that's what happens when you sign. Well, that's what happens when you do sign up with Top Rank, man. I was never a fan of him signing back with Top Rank, but I understand for business, probably for his family's sake, he did it for the money reasons, though. But I just kind of had the bad feeling that if he signed back, he was going to get kind of like shut out. You know what I mean? So, and I feel that this is what's happening right now, and from my viewpoint.
We actually all said that from the jump. The
Right.
moment he signed that contract, we said that you just basically you shut yourself out.
Exactly. And I really hope that that Bud Crawford can understand what the real business side, where the best fight you can get at this point right now, and make that transition. But I don't think he'll ever do it. I think his group is just is hell bent on just staying on Top Rank and just taking a check. I think.
Probably.
Yeah, all the core shells.
What happened? Oh shit! I thought you was talking to us here. I thought you said something about how Coach said.
Nah, my fault.
Hey, I want to say this, man. To try to piggyback on what Abel was saying, bro.
Right.
It's cool. I 100% get it. How why Terrence Crawford made the decision he did. That's $3 million a fight, guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? Hey, get your bag, get your money. Now, right now, he is the flagship of Top Rank and ESPN. You might as well say ESPN boxing. But what happens when Lomo becomes that face, that flagship, and instead of $3 million a bag, he's getting 7 and 8 or 9 or 10 million a fight?
I thought Loma was already considered the flagship.
Now I think it's still Terrence right now, man. But I do believe
that us intelligent boxing fans know that, Ruff.
They are trying. They trying their best to make Lomo the flagship.
They would
love.
I'm telling you, I think
Lomo don't even have the fans.
Yeah, but Lomo, I mean, look, I don't think Lomo will ever be the flagship, but they would love Lomo to be the flagship. That's the thing.
Lomo gonna lose
before he becomes the flagship. He's got certain benefactors, should we say, about it. You know what I'm saying?
I like how you put that, my brother.
Yeah, I'm trying to be politically correct,
But it's all right. I'll just give it to you. I'll give it to you raw and uncut as it gets. They want to sell Great White Hope to their ESPN network. That's what the truth of the matter is.
But I ask y'all something. Since we talk about Loma, let me ask you something, Mac. That last fight when he got painted by Pedraza, because let's keep it real, he got painted. Did you see the speed, the angles, and the combination?
Hey, you ask me this every time we talk about Loma.
I just want to know.
I'm gonna give you the same answers. But he just came off an injury and a year shut off. I'm not saying that. Hold on. Are you gonna let me tell you what I think? I said he just came off of surgery. He been a year off. We're not saying that the fight wouldn't have been the same if he didn't have the surgery. But the thing is, you got to let the man get his feet back up from under him too, right? Even did Jared Hurd look the same after he came back off his surgery?
He didn't look that different.
It's just the hell he
did. He did.
I think he did.
Because after that fight, the first thing we said is after both fights is that both of them got exposed. I don't think neither one of them got exposed. What I said is if he's trying to do some defense like that and he's going up against Charlo like that, he's gonna get knocked out even faster. And that's what I said. Exposed, no.
So if he don't look the same, then that means y'all saying J. Rock Williams got a chance.
I never said he didn't have a chance. I just said J. Rock ain't got a chin. He ain't got no beard on him.
I've always believed and said that J. Rock got a chance against that dude because I think J. Rock is a better boxer than Hurd is.
I think so too.
Shit,
90%. If I agree, 100%.
90% of the welterweights are better boxers than Hurd. Hurd just got this fight. I'm gonna be 100% honest with y'all. I do not like Hurd's style.
Me either. I agree with you on that, Mac.
It wasn't until he fought Ezra Delore that I started respecting Hurd. I do not like that style. That shit is fucking. I can't stand it,
bro. That's the same exact way I feel about Sean Porter. That's the same way I feel about Porter.
I don't like Porter style. You know what? I don't mind Porter style because he's short. But what I don't like about Porter style is him going in with his head down. That shit irritates me.
Yeah.
Headbutt and elbows.
That's like the same thing Evander Holyfield used to do.
Like he's fighting in prison. That's how Sean Porter fights. Like he's in a prison fight. And he just brought it to boxing.
Hey, Fuller, can you hold on for a second? I just saw Curtis Anson walk in the building. What's going on, man?
Hey, man, Abel, man. What's going on, family? What's going on, Stay At? What's going on, everybody? Rough House, what's going on, Fuller? What's up, man?
What's up?
You know what I learned about you, Big Kurt? You a real people's person. You a real like I see like how you are. Like you could jump on anybody, chat. Like you could just float around like that, Kurt.
Hey man, I just love talking about the sport of boxing. We talked about other things too, man. I'm just like talking to people, and I'm a people's person, man. And I love having good time, enjoying my life. We was bugging out last night on the stream, man. So it's always a pleasure to talk to y'all.
Yeah, I was finishing watching 36 Chambers when I started my live stream.
That's crazy. I didn't get to finish watching that movie, that Ninja Checkmate movie. But I'm gonna finish watching it. I'm gonna finish watching it when we get done. It was good though. It was good.
That's what's up.
I'm telling you, man. But back on the conversation. But like I was saying, I'm not gonna take nothing away from Lomachenko, man. I need to see another fight. He literally just came off of surgery, bro. So maybe he didn't have the confidence in his arm that he had before. So he didn't want to do them angles because he was scared he was gonna get hit because his timing or his something was off with the arm, so he couldn't do what he wanted to.
He literally came off of surgery and went into a unification.
Yeah, come on, man. You got to give him a chance. You got to give him a chance. You got to give him a chance.
I'm not
Hey, to
saying
be
he's
honest with
whack,
you,
y'all. I respect Lomachenko or Nomachenko. But
No, I know,
I'm not
I know it. I know what you saying. You said you didn't see the angles, you didn't see the speed, but you saw it before the surgery, though, didn't you?
a little bit. And
But you saw it.
Jorge Linares was turning with him. He the reason
Okay,
he injured.
you saw him in the Rico fight.
Yeah, in the Rigo fight. Yeah. Don't bring that up, man. You making me
But
depressed.
but you
Don't do
had
that.
to bring, Loma. You brought Loma up.
Johnny Cage me right now, man. Get me low. You brought up Rigo. That was wrong, bro. Mac, I never thought that you was that low. You know
I
that
didn't
fight had
say.
me depressed for 3 weeks. That fight literally had me depressed for 3 weeks. What breaking down laws.
I
So that's
believe you.
where I'm at.
Hey,
I lost some good money on that fight, man.
shit.
I almost did, but my cousin sacrificed. He was like, "Yo, Ack, you betting everybody, winning all this money. Let me get somebody." So he took the Rigo and Loma fight, and thank God he did. God bless him, because I would have lost $100.
Man,
It is what it is, man. I mean,
I didn't
I
bet on
don't
that
think
fight.
I don't think me. I don't like to talk about that fight, man. Listen,
I'm gonna tell you.
Me either.
Okay, I ain't gonna talk about it, but I'm gonna tell y'all I'm a gambling man, and it's one thing I do know. I don't bet on nobody that's moving 2 weight classes ever. I don't give a damn if they are the better fighter. Moving up 2 weight classes, I just don't bet on that person. Period. And
it
you
doesn't
can't
happen
make
often, though.
it. Don't happen often, but I'm not fit to bet on it. Like this Mikey Earl Smith fight. I need to find me an idiot that's gonna bet on Mikey. I'll put 2,000 on Earl Spence right now, without a question of a doubt.
Hey,
Go
you know
holler
what?
at Corey Lee. He's taking them bets. He on Mikey's ass right now.
I know Corey Lee is, man. You know what? I need to, yeah. Let me see if I can send Corey Lee.
Yeah, holler at Corey Lee.
I don't think Lomachenko looked that bad in his last fight. I mean, he didn't look as, you didn't see the angles, the
Now you know
trademark
what it is.
angles and all of that.
You know what it is. He did to me because I hold him at such a high expectation because of what the people say about him.
Yeah,
So
like
not
he's
that he
very
can,
It's that fucking
Muhammad Ali and all
ESPN
that.
talk, bro.
it's just like,
Yeah,
and for him to
yeah.
get painted like that, and for his face to be looking like, Pedraza's face looked better than his face, and Pedraza was the one getting hit.
But
That was
you know what? You know what? Let me take it deeper still, because this isn't the first time Lomachenko has looked bad or he's been pieced up. Let's not forget that he didn't look too well. Linares dropped him, and Linares painted him.
well. I'm not
Painted him,
surprised. Linares
and
is a good boxer. He's a way
and
better
but
boxer than Pedraza was. Pedraza was just bigger and taller.
but I'm not done yet. The
Oh, go ahead, sir.
what's it called? What's that guy's name? Not Cuban, the Colombian guy. What's his name? Yeah,
Mayor, what's his
Yeah,
that's
name?
it. Yeah, that's it.
Mariaga.
Mariaga.
Mariaga. Yeah, Mariaga.
He pieced him up too, and
Yeah,
he
even
moved
though he
up.
got stopped, Mariaga pieced him up, man. If you watch that fight closely, Lomachenko, he was trying to style it out by showboating and all of that. But watch the fight again, man. Mariaga was putting in that work. So this Lomachenko is not impossible. It's just I hear what you're saying, and I feel what you're saying, because it's like I want to like the guy, and in actual fact, I like him. I think that Lomachenko himself, to me, he seems like a humble person that just wants to box. He doesn't understand. He's not interested in all this other stuff that's going on outside of boxing. He just wants to box. But unfortunately, you've got other people in the industry that are trying to use him for their own sort of agenda, and they're making these sensational statements, disrespectful statements, might I add you. Yeah, talking about he's possibly the greatest thing since Muhammad Ali. As if, look, I'm not even going to jump on the black fighters. Yeah, as if Joe Kawasaki didn't exist, or Oscar De La Hoya didn't exist. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just jumped up out of nowhere. Boxing's been dead for 20, 30 years, and Lomachenko's just come on the scene. Comments like that frustrate you because you know what the agenda is and you know where it's coming from. Do you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like you're trying to hide things in plain sight. You're trying to double talk. You're trying to say one thing, but then, oh no, it ain't that. Man, fuck all that shit. Oh, so my bad. I shouldn't even be swearing.
You all right? You can cuss. I don't mind the cuss.
But so I hear the frustration. But you know, the other thing I'll say about him is that he's getting older. I believe he will start slowing down, and I don't know where he's, you know, where his direction is gonna go, because the competition, other than Tank and a few other people, you know, there's not really much for him to do at 130 and 135. I mean, unless he moves up to 140, which I doubt he'll do because he looks saturated at 135 as it is. Unless he moves up to 140, this guy's kind of irrelevant now.
Right. I was also gonna say too, though. He even considered
he's definitely gonna get faded if he moves up to 140. That'll be the end of Lomachenko. He will really be Lomachenko.
Let me just say this real quick though. Hold on 1 second. The one thing I can respect with Lomachenko is he's honest and he's real too. He even said one time that he considers Terence Crawford to be the best pound for pound fighter in the sport too.
Yeah, he did. He did say that. He did. That's what I'm trying to tell you, that I believe that he's a humble person. He just wants to box. He's not interested in all this other stuff that's going on.
Right.
You know, he's a humble person. Roy Jones is his favorite fighter that he admires. He said that, no, I don't believe I'm the best in pound for pound. I believe that crown should go to Terence Crawford. He said that out of his own mouth.
Right.
Yeah, but he ain't that humble. Because I remember him cutting off Adonis Stevenson face off the belt. But up and once they found out the seriousness of, you know, Adonis Stevenson's, you know, condition, then they all had to go on Twitter and apologize. But, you know, it is what it is. You know, everybody got their cocky antics. They just do it in different ways. Lomachenko, he believes in his heart that he's that guy. But he's not going to say it because Terence Crawford broke his bluff. Terence Crawford said if y'all consider him the best, have him fight me. And Lomachenko didn't want to do that. But I do like Lomachenko as a person. I do think he's a good dad. He takes care of his kids. I don't care what race, creed, or color you are. You take care of your kids and you're a good dude. I'm not going to knock you. But don't sit here and try to tell me that he's this spectacular type of fighter, because I've been seeing speed, angles, and combination punches. Shoot, I got a little girl in the gym that got speed, angles, and combination punches. So, you know, I just don't want them to try to sell me on that.
Well, Snap, there's a little 11-year-old white Russian girl, yeah, who's got speed, angles, and punches, who's punching trees in
oh yeah, that girl's gonna be. I think she's juicing already, man. I think she's popping the bean.
I want to cap a little bit.
Yeah.
I want to cap a little bit about
Europe.
I want to cap a little bit about the Lomachenko thing. The thing is about Lomachenko is he has people around him that kiss his ass. Like, even after the Rigondeaux fight, he was like, yeah, I think I called myself Lomachenko. And then all the ESPN commentators were like,
but you know what?
You know, and it's like, dude, really give me a break. And then another thing about that what I really dislike is that, you know, certain circumstances are set up for his fights for the fights to go the way they're going. Like Nicholas Walters, how inactive was Nicholas Walters when he finally fought him?
About a year.
You know, and then how inactive was Rigondeaux when he finally fought him? You know, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's certain factors that set it up for him to be a certain way. And, you know, I can go to Cuba right now. I can go to the Rafael Treno gym, and there's little Lomachenkos in there, left and right, who do what he do. Casually. Easy. They just don't have the benefit because they're the big bad socialists. That's the only disadvantage they're at. But you bring one of them over here, and you already got a Lomachenko. You got another Lomachenko, bro.
Hey, Fuller, what I would say what I was saying based on what you just said there, right? About he's got people capping for him in his camp. I will say this. I did see a live example of I'm gonna have to bring this up for the last time. The last time, fellas. I'm only doing this one more time. In the Rigo, at the end of the Rigo fight, and his camp got in the ring, there was one guy who tried to put a crown on his head. Tried to put a crown on Rigo, because Rigo had someone talking a gang of BS on Twitter and Instagram about the fight, and Lomo's ducking. Anyway, after the fight, Donnie put a crown on his head. And his dad took it off his head immediately, like to say, no, we're not putting that energy out there. Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about his camp. I'm talking about the ESPN guys.
Oh, okay, my bad. Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, we know what that's about, though.
Hey, bro, but the ESPN guys are supposed to say that. They gonna say that. That's their guy.
You know what, though?
That's their guy.
No. Check it out, Roughhouse. They don't do that for other fighters on ESPN, though. That's my problem. When have you seen them do something like that for Terrence Crawford?
Right. Now,
and that's their market fighter.
That goes back to what I was saying about what happens if Lomo becomes the flagship of ESPN and Top Rank Boxing, because it seems they're trying to make him that flagship.
I think he's gonna lose before they make it.
Yeah, right? That's true.
I mean, and he's not a young cat, so he doesn't have a lot of time left. You know what I'm saying? And let me say this right quick, man. I don't want anybody to sit up here and say that I'm a Lomo hater. I'm not a Lomo hater. I like that dude. I like him as a fighter. I think he's an exceptionally skilled fighter. Mac was talking about the speed, footwork, and angles. I see it, but on the flip side of that, don't sit up here and tell me that this dude is the second coming of Muhammad Ali. You know what I'm saying? And don't tell me that he is the best thing in boxing, you know what I'm saying, since Ali, bro. We've seen Sugar Ray, we've seen Hearns and Hagler, we've seen Roy Jones Jr., we've seen Floyd Mayweather. So you're gonna sit up here and tell me that dude brings something to the table different and better than those fighters brought to the table? Nah. That's the problem I have right there.
Hey, Roughhouse,
he bringing something to the table, but he topping out.
Hey, to add to that, if he was to jump up just one more weight class,
real talk.
Hell, I'm gonna say this.
He's already topped out.
He just gotta stay in that weight class. You got these fighters coming up that he gonna have to test. Devin Haney ain't ready yet. Give him another year or so. I think Devin Haney get rid of him. Teofimo Lopez might be ready now to handle him and take him out. You got fighters that's ready right now. Mikey moved.
You got fighters that are ready right now, but the thing is, what Roughhouse was alluding to is, can he? What if they make him the flagship? I don't believe they can make him the flagship, because I don't believe there's the fights out there for Lomachenko to become a star like that. He can't speak English very well. He's not marketable that way. Go ahead.
What I'm saying is he won't make it.
They'll find a way. They'll find a way. Trust me.
Exactly.
They did it. They did it with Triple G.
Let's Crawford with Triple G. Ain't nobody know who Triple G is. Triple G ain't no household name.
Why they're promoting these Eastern European.
Hey, but I tell you what, let Crawford look less than stellar in his next couple of fights.
You know what Crawford has going for him? That he's in a glamour division with other glamour fighters. Lomachenko doesn't have that luxury.
It's
unless
coming.
He fight,
like
even if he fights Tank Davis. Tank Davis is not the name that we all perceive him to be. There's a lot of people that don't know who Tank Davis is. Not household.
Oh no, not yet.
140 and fight Josh Kelly.
But Lomachenko would be a step for him to be a household name. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, man. He mess around and get Lomo's scalp on his mantle. Hey, that name will get up there.
Who are you talking about?
Tank. If he mess around and get Lomo's scalp on his mantle, that name will get up there.
Yeah. That's good for Tank, but for Loma, I think he's topping out, man. They really can't build it. If Top Rank really tries to build the franchise around him, we ain't gonna see much from them from the like. They're gone in 3 years now. Because like how old is Loma right now? 31 years old.
Yeah,
he older than 31.
Who?
They just didn't put that in the papers.
Lomachenko.
Hey, Kurt.
Older than 31.
Hey, Kurt. What do you think about all this? Because
Hey man, Loma's a good fighter, man, and I'm a Loma fan, man. But they go way overboard. You know, they trying to make him out to be something he's not, man. You know, they always, you know, they get a fighter that they like, you know, from a personal standpoint, and they try to, you know, catapult him way to the top, saying he's the best this. They try to do Triple G the same way. Kovalev. And see, when we do it, you know, it's like boring and we running and lack of heart and all that. But when they do it, when they box, it's the greatest thing. He's a Picasso, and you know, he's painting a picture, the speed and angles and footwork. And you know, that coon Timothy Bradley talk about he never seen anything like it, and you know, it's just ridiculous, man. And you know, Lomachenko is not as humble as we think, you know. But you know, I give him credit for saying Crawford is the best fighter in the world. He did say that he should be number one. You know, Crawford is good, but not like, you know, ESPN be caping for him and all that, man. You know, I don't buy into it, man. When he fight, man, I turn my volume down, man, because they're gonna say something way out of left field.
They do.
You know what's so funny though about that, Curtis, is that anytime when you're like when you just like talking and giving us all that knowledge, we just stay silent and just let you talk, man.
I want to add on to what Kurt said. When he fought Pendraza their last fight, man, bro, they did not talk about one time, not one, how good Pedraza was managing the distance, keeping him in bay. They never showed one Pendraza highlight, not
Let
one.
me cap off that too. Stay ready. Stay ready. Let me cap off of that too. You know what they did? The whole fight, they kept on showing that stupid replay of Lomachenko with that slip and that uppercut. They must have showed that replay like 10 times at different in different positions with the camera, basically. It was like unbelievable. They showed the same replay over and over and over again of the same.
I tell you guys,
thing.
man, these people are on code, man. They're on code. It's a synchronized effort.
Yeah, that's true. They on code, man.
That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say, because I don't want to get no one's nothing, you know.
Nah,
yeah, but you ain't saying nothing wrong though, man. That you know, it's true. I go by what I see. Listen, today it's funny because this works hand in hand. Listen, today I was, you know, on World Break on my channel. We did the 10 best white fighters in the history of boxing. You know, and I give credit to all those guys I had on my list, man. There's some great ones. People who you never heard of. Jimmy Weil from England. He was the best fighter that ever came out of England. He was his first 104 fights, he was 104-0. He ended up being 130 something with 99 knockouts, you know, and nobody never heard of him. So we did that. We said, you know what? If we do great Latin fighters and great black fighters, we have to do great white fighters, and I think that's just being fair.
So can I ask you something? Did you put Benny Leonard on there?
Yeah, I had him on there. Barney Ross, Benny Leonard. It was hard, man.
Kurt, where did the Joe Calzaghe fall on that list?
Hell no.
But Kurt, you know that Benny Leonard was the first person in New York. I didn't know that, to actually have a strap. I didn't know that, yo. I looked that up. I was really impressed by that. I was like, dang, there's a lot of people in New York. Dang, he was the first one. Yeah, and I I didn't know that. I thought that he was lighter than that. They say he held the lightweight championship from 1917 to 1925, I believe.
I
Yeah.
think he held him for 7, 8 years. But he was a great fighter, man. You know, it was hard putting that list together, man, because there was a lot of great fighters. There was a lot of great white fighters back in the day. They was built differently, man. I mean, they was rough. You know, you could strike a match right on their face and it'll light up, man. That's how they was cut, man. You know, they used to go to saloons. John L. Sullivan, he wasn't on my list though, and say I can beat anybody up in here. You know, drinking beer. Jack Dempsey, he wasn't on my list. So that just goes to show you how great the list was. But Lomachenko, they try to catapult him and try to make him something he not. Remember, they say he was better than Floyd, and we all know Floyd would have beat the brakes off Lomachenko
He
at
would have
that weight.
destroyed Lomachenko.
Yeah,
Destroyed him.
And it makes you not like the fighter, but you try to be unbiased, and that's why you gotta, you know, that's why I mute my TV, man. When he fight, it's like, you know, they think he can walk on water. He's a damn good fighter. He already has a loss, but you think he's undefeated. He has a loss already. He lost to Salido, you know? So just, you know, I just wish they would be quiet, man. Let the man fight and let us do the judging. Let the fans do the judging, man. This, you know, especially Timothy Bradley.
Real talk. Hey, Kurt, to piggyback on what you just said, man, to piggyback on what you just said, bro, when I can't remember what fight it was, but at the time I think Lomo was like 9-1.
Hold on real quick. Somebody, it sounds like somebody go on mute, or they watching the PBC. I mean the PBS and Mr. Rogers Network. I heard somebody talking. All right, go ahead,
I
Ron.
don't think that's me though, because I'm watching Duke versus Wake Forest right now.
Oh no, it wasn't you. It sounded like somebody was watching Mr. Rogers. It's all good. Go ahead, Grandpa.
Okay, I was gonna say, man, I can't remember what fight it was. I think he was like Loma won a fight. He was like 9-1, maybe 10-1, something like that. And Teddy Atlas sat up on ESPN and said Lomo was the pound for pound best fighter. You know what I'm saying? Over all these other cats that were 30 plus wins and you know what I'm saying? And you got somebody that's got 10 fights or maybe less with a loss, and you gonna put them top of the pound for pound ranking, and you got Terrence Crawford right there in the audience. Dog, that I was like, that's the thing that got me. Yes, Lomo is an exceptional fighter. He's a skilled fighter, man, but don't tell me that this dude is the next coming of Jesus Christ, because he's not. You know what I'm saying? I've seen great. We've all seen what great looks like in different weight divisions, man. So we're able to judge for ourselves, you know, how does he stack up against the Sugar Rays and the Sugar Ray Robinsons and the Roy Joneses and the Mayweathers and all of these guys that we considered great back in the day. And
okay,
and
so I got a question for everybody. Go ahead, finish up.
No, I was just gonna say, man, he doesn't stack up on that level. Not yet, especially not after 9, 10, 11 fights. He doesn't.
Exactly. So I want to know, as far as right now, everybody that's on the panel right now, I want to know y'all top 5 pound for pound, just right now.
Right now, if I had to choose, you know, and man, I try not to be biased, but it's sometimes, you know, it's kind of tough, but I have to pick Earl's in any weight division, right?
In the heavyweight is not considered a pound for pound in my eyes. So no
okay,
heavyweight.
You said heavyweight not considered pound for pound. Okay, then I'm gonna say Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, Canelo. Who else can I say?
In no particular order.
This is no particular order. I gotta say, man, the get back to me on the next two, but I gotta say for now, like Earl Spence, Terrence Crawford, and Canelo. For now, yeah.
All All right, Kurt, I'm gonna ask you yours because I know what mine are.
My top five.
Yeah.
I got Crawford. Oh man, I got Crawford. I got Crawford, Canelo, Spence, Lomachenko, and my last one. I don't know about my last one. You know what? I don't know. Go ahead. I don't know about my last one.
I'm gonna tell y'all mine real quick,
All right.
and this is to help everybody. Lomachenko's not even in my top 5. He's not, and he's barely on my top 10, but he's not in my top 5. I got Crawford, I got Canelo, I got Usyk, I got Mikey Garcia, and I got Leader Alvarez. Now, the one thing is people put Loma over Mikey, but Mikey hasn't lost. And they're in the same weight class, and Mikey has fought more difficult competition. See, this is when resume come into effect. I can't put Lomachenko up there, and Mikey done been in 5 weight divisions. You know what I'm saying?
Real talk.
Mikey should be top 3, but I got Canelo up there because of what Canelo's done, what Terrence Crawford done is being undisputed, Usyk being undisputed. You know, and really my number 5 can go either way because I got a Leader Alvarez up there, but I've even thought about putting Earl Spence there, and I thought about Leo Santa Cruz as well. Even though Leo Santa Cruz and Duck, I thought about putting him there as well. But with Mikey, I don't put Loma over Mikey. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I got Usyk is my number 1.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
He's in there. He's my number 5, actually.
Okay.
Who was that? Ack Reacher?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. I got Usyk as my number 1. Crawford is my number 2. Number 3, I might have to give it to Canelo. 4, Mikey Garcia. 5, Lomachenko, just because of he's been able to win champion belts in multiples of divisions.
But I can name that for multiple people. He's not the only one.
He's not the only one. That's right. That's not my only criteria why he should be in my lower spot of pound for pound. Because I could say the same. Yeah, you could say Broner, but
yeah.
I mean,
no, I'm not saying the hell. You could say Gary Russell too, but I'm not. I'm not just saying it. But I'm saying if you got him in your top 5, I'm not saying nothing about it. But I was just saying he's not the only one that's got championships in different weight divisions.
All right,
but that's one of the criteria of pound for pound, though, is like being able to. Does your style carry up and down weights?
Yep.
So that's what I was basing that off of.
Because Sean Porter should be up there.
True,
my top 10. Why?
Because I don't like his style.
Just because you don't like his style don't mean nothing.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't like his style either.
I am Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers with that. So hey, no.
Yeah. All right. Here's my top 5 fighters though, in no order. Obviously Crawford and Spence. I'll say Mikey Garcia. Who else? I'll say Jamal Charlo, and then Alexander Usyk.
I like that Charlo pick, but I'm not even gonna lie to you. I wouldn't put him in top 5 pound for pound, but that's a good. I love that pick though. Hey, go ahead, because
I got a Crawford, Earl, even though I picked Earl to win in the fight, only because of the body of work. Third, Canelo. Fourth, Mikey, and fifth, Usyk.
I like that. I like that. Hey, I see everybody's is different, but one thing that I do know, nobody has Lomachenko number one like ESPN and Ring Magazine.
All right. Well, let me get mine in there then.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't. Yeah, I forgot.
I got Crawford 1, Canelo 2. I got Mikey Garcia 3. I got Usyk 4, and then I got Spence 5th. Now that 4th and 5th spot could be interchangeable to me. I understand Usyk, he unified cruiserweight, but he unified a talent depleted cruiserweight. But at the same time, you got to give him credit for being able to unify.
Man, rough house, man.
I
totally disagree with you.
Totally
disagree with you.
Man,
how is that? How is it a totally? How is it a depleted division?
Brian,
When we have second tier. Listen. When we have second tier cruiserweights that have beat some of the so-called belt holders in the heavyweight division.
Hey,
how do we have a guy like Stephen Hunter all of a sudden raising up from cruiserweight that, mind you, was beat cruiserweight, but now he's taken off. He's taken off second tier contenders in the heavyweight division. Ustinov is one. What about Martin Bacoli is another one. These are cruiserweights you're talking that are garbage in the talent depleted division. What about Maris Breedis? Who's the current owner of the WBA World Secondary Belt? Manuel Charles. Who did he get waxed by? Who did he get waxed by? Who did he get waxed by? A cruiserweight. A cruiserweight.
But check it out.
But that's a depleted division.
Check this out. So you would put the cruiserweight division on par with the welterweight division talent wise right now. That's what you're telling me.
Hell no.
Okay, so you would put let me ask you this. You would put the cruiserweight division. You would put the cruiserweight division on par with the middleweight division right now, talent wise, right?
Nah. Not the middleweight. Not the middleweight. Maybe the light heavyweight. Maybe the light heavyweight. But you trying to compare? You bringing me glamour divisions. You bringing me glamour divisions.
I'm bringing you talented divisions, bro. I'm bringing you talent-rich divisions. You can call it glamour all you want, but it's killers, headhunters, and bangers at 147, at 154, at 160, at 168. Where are these bangers?
They top heavy divisions. Welterweight's the only one that might be deep. Middleweight's top heavy.
Cruiserweight isn't even top heavy. It's Usyk heavy. That's it. Who else? Who else are we talking about in cruiserweight?
What do you mean who? What do you mean who else? I've been showing you guys that already taken out guys in a heavyweight.
I don't know none of them dudes, bro. I don't know none of them dudes.
You don't know boxing then. You don't know boxing.
I don't know the cruiserweight division, bro, because I don't know the cruiserweight division, man, because them dudes are basically irrelevant. Or their name will be out there.
Time out.
One at a time. I muted both of y'all. It's one at a time because we don't understand it. Nobody's saying because y'all going back and forth at the same time. I'm all with argument and having a debate. But if y'all gonna talk, y'all gotta talk one at a time, not over each other, because can't nobody hear or understand nothing that y'all saying.
Right.
So we're gonna try this again.
Y'all bought some entertainment though.
It was.
Hey, can I just say something?
Go ahead.
Yeah. For what it's
go ahead, UK. I beat it up in this bitch.
I know you are. That's why I had to shut you down because I knew it was coming.
I've got to bring some parliamentary decorum, some parliamentary order to the platform. You know what I'm saying?
The parliament, up in parliament, it turns up. You know, the parliament turns up sometimes.
No, it's all love, man. It's all love. But for what it's worth, man, I think both of you guys have got valid points. It's just you know, you're both charged up and you both want to defend your positions. But you both got valid points. I agree with Roughhouse in terms of you can't like, well, I agree with Oddfella, like there are some good cats in the cruiserweight division, but there's, you know, when you're talking about the welterweight division and the middleweight division, you know, it's a different level. And also, I'll just say this: my top five is Spence, Crawford, and Canelo. Crawford because I just like not only do I like the eye test. He's unified the 140 division. His performance against I'm gonna say Jeff Horn and Benavides, I thought was excellent. I know people are gonna disagree with me and, you know, say that he's getting touched up and all of that kind of thing.
It was excellent. It was excellent. I agree.
Yeah, but you know, if any, you know, that's a conversation for another day. I thought it was a flawless performance, even though Jeff Horn is not a world-class fighter. He's an absolute nightmare to deal with, and I thought that Crawford handled him beautifully. Who else did I say? So I said Crawford. Spence, you know, Spence is I like Spence because he reminds me of a throwback fighter, you know, from the 80s. You know what I'm saying? Spence is you know, Spence is self-explanatory in my opinion. He likes to go to the body a lot. I don't feel like a lot of fighters these days invest in the body as much now, and I just like the work that Spence puts in. And I think that he's going to be destined for greatness with the up-and-coming fights that he's due to have. And who else did I say? Canelo. Canelo is putting that work, man. You know, Canelo, he's what? How many fights deep is he now? And he's been in there with Mayweather.
50.
50. He got a schooling from Mayweather. He showed me that he you know, once upon a time he was Mexican star, but he showed me that, you know, he can adapt and take elements of the slick, you know, fast twitch muscle, defensive outboxing style, whatever you want to call it. So he showed me that, yeah, he can deploy certain attributes to his game as and when it's required. His body of work, he's been in there with Lara, even though I felt that Lara beat him.
Lara whooped his ass.
Yeah, I don't know about
boxed that midget. You heard? Lara boxed midget.
Yeah, he knocked out Amir Khan in spectacular fashion. Although I will put an asterisk to that and say that I felt that Amir Khan was winning that fight up until he got his chin let him down.
He was.
And so, yeah, that's in terms of 4 and 5, I'm going to put Usyk in there by default because he's actually unified the cruiserweight division.
But it was depleted.
I agree. It's depleted.
The thing is though, anyone in
I was being facetious.
The value of unifying a division in this era, the value of unifying a division in this era is highly, highly valuable. You understand? We're all talking about unifications in the welterweight division, in the heavyweight division, and all these other divisions. So, if anyone can unify a division, you know that holds a lot of weight. So I have to put Usyk in there for doing that. That's it. I haven't got a fifth one. I don't have a fifth one. So that's my pick.
Not a fifth one at all. And Fuller, did you ever think of your last two?
I can't really decide on the last two, man. I guess you can put Usyk in there for fourth because, again, you know, he unified the division.
You don't sound too happy.
Undisputed at cruiserweight. So I guess you have to give him that, you know. But fifth, I really don't have a fifth pound for pound, you know. I might say myself, you know, at the end of the day. I might just say me, since there's I can't think of anybody else.
Have you went pro yet?
Not yet, but I'm just putting myself in there by default, you know.
Hey, you look at it this way, you don't have many less fights than Lomo. So I'll ride with it.
You can catch up.
You know what I'm saying? You catch up with him quick. So I'll ride with that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. It'll probably be no defeat by an Uber driver. I'll make sure that I don't lose by an Uber driver.
And
that's what people don't understand.
Fula, if you ever need
Salido was an Uber driver. So Salido literally was an Uber driver.
In fact,
when he was waiting,
he was a step a level up from an Uber driver that night.
Legend has it.
You said he
literally drove Uber. He literally drove Uber.
Hey, Ack, you saying he was a Lyft driver? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he was bus.
He drove for DoorDash.
There you go.
DoorDash.
Man, that's messed up. Y'all said that dude was a Grubhub driver. That's messed up.
Yeah. Shoot, they get boxing in the building. Salute to Scrapbook Boxing. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to Scrapbook.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
Salute to Scrapbook.
That's funny.
Scrapbook is the OG.
Scrap. I got something to say since Scrap in the building. I've been promoting. Probably later this month. It'll be Blood Boxing, Scrapbook Boxing, and myself, Kurt Sugar. We doing we got a new channel coming out called the Ringside Historians, where we're gonna concentrate on the history of the sport. You know, we do stuff like the Hearns and Leonard fight, the aftermath, the fight itself, what led up to the fight, you know, Ali, Frazier. We're going to do all that, you know, the history of the sport. So look out for the Ringside Historians featuring myself, Blood Boxing, and Scrapbook Boxing, man. We want you to sub, you know, later this month.
And big things are going.
Yeah. I can't wait for it. I'm going to be looking for that. Y'all gonna have me waiting like I'm waiting on the episode of Martin back in the 90s to come on Thursdays.
Real talk.
Waiting on y'all to drop a show. It's sitting in front of the TV on Saturday mornings waiting on Kung Fu Theater to come on.
Legendary Top Cat, I see you, champ.
Producer.
Yeah, man. Salute to the chat, man. Legendary Top Cat. Lala D, I see you in there.
What's up? Stay ready.
Top Cats.
The real
I mean,
shit
legendary.
come through every time, man. Salute to the people in the chat.
Peace, man. I done came on late. Y'all boys about to hop off?
Yeah, we about to hop off. Y'all know sitting there come on at 7 o'clock.
Yeah. I'm gonna catch up with you. I'm gonna be on the live tonight, man. I'm gonna come through, pull up on your act. I know you gonna come through about 10 o'clock tonight.
Yeah. I'm gonna do something tonight. I'm gonna do something.
Oh,
Y'all look out for me. Roughhouse, man, you been ducking and dodging, man. Come on, man. Get in the lane.
Hey, that's what's up, man. Hey, I'm gonna rock with you, bro.
One day I'm gonna get Lala D to come on.
Good luck.
She always in the chat, but she gonna have to take one of the links and come on here and debate some boxing with us, man.
That'd be cool.
Hey, man, you know what?
Hey,
girl.
She knows her boxing, you know. Trust
she does. Hey, let me say this, man. Lala D is the Al Heyman of live stream chats. You know what I'm saying? Hey, she's always present, bro, but you never gonna see her. Not like literally see her. So she's like the Al Heyman of live stream chats.
Shit, I ain't she done taught me a few things.
Somebody, you know what? I meant to say this. It was somebody that was in the chat named G Lex, and she laughed when y'all was talking about that inner conversation. And if you go to their page, they got one upload 2 years ago that say G Lex champion inner cricket. I don't know where she come from, but that's funny. But yeah, Lala D, we gonna get you on the channel one day. You know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna find you. You gonna get your email. I'm gonna send you a link. Yeah, no. Well, I ain't talking about one day. I'm talking one day soon, sooner than later. You, Miss Boxing Fanatic. Matter of fact, I want to do a Ladies of Boxing podcast. I want to get you, Shakita, Miss Boxing Fanatic, Ashley's Corner. I want to get all y'all together on one day, and we're gonna chop it up on boxing. Just the
man,
ladies.
That'd be player right there, man.
That'd be dope.
Right there.
That'd be real dope.
Definitely.
That'd be dope as fuck, bro. I would be down for that.
Yeah, so I want to talk to y'all on the back end. We got to talk because I want to get y'all, and we have us a show. But we'll talk about it. But yeah, y'all know it's 6:59. It's that time again. It's that time again. 78 getting ready to come on. So I'm gonna go ahead and get everybody's last words. Come on with it, Fooler. Let me get your last words.
All right. First and foremost, thank you for having me on. I greatly appreciate it. Shout outs to the whole LDBC. Shout outs to everybody on the panel. Everybody in the chat, subscribe to everybody's channel who's on the panel. Shout outs to Texas. Shout outs to New York. Shout outs to Jersey, Philly, London. Shout outs to Cuba, especially Guantanamo and Matanzas, and that's all I got.
No, that ain't all you got. You forgot New York. I was about to curse.
He said New York and New Jersey.
He said Jersey.
He said New York too. He said Texas, New York, and then Jersey. He said
I didn't hear that.
Right
I heard Jersey, man. I was about to say he always New York. Come on, Fuller.
Jump down Fuller's neck, and he said New York right after Texas.
Oh, my fault, Fuller. I apologize, bro. I thought
that got lit.
No, you're good, man.
Because I would got Cali.
Hold on. Hey, la. It ain't about nobody slaughtering nobody. It's just bringing you on and you speaking of your knowledge of the sport, because you're going to always find somebody more knowledgeable. Don't be shy. Come on.
I think she's shy. I think that's what that is.
You ain't even got to show your face, just like nobody on the panel right now showing their face. It's just coming on and discussing the sport with us, man. Enjoying the sport that you love. Come on.
Hey, skip it, man. Hey, I'm showing my face right now, man. Can y'all see me?
No.
Oh, dang.
Nah, but we seen you before, Rough House. No, it ain't.
Okay.
Yeah, y'all see me too.
Me
all
too.
The time.
Me too.
Hey, you see me too all the time.
Yeah. Even Scrapbook say, we got you. The LDBC got you, la. We got you.
Come on, la D. Don't tell me.
She said
already.
Okay.
That's what's up.
Said, okay.
Okay.
So we're gonna get it together. And man, come on with it. Hey, but let me get your last word.
Yeah, thanks for allowing me to chop it up with you guys. It's always good to just sit back and listen to y'all talk boxing, man. And I enjoy listening to all the different perspectives and different ideas around here, man. And we hope we can continue to get good boxing matches throughout the whole year of 2019, man. And I can't wait to see Caleb playing in the Takatiki fight, man. It should be a good one. It'll be a good scrap. So, hey, we got some good boxing coming up, man. So keep supporting boxing, support the LDBC, support new media, and let's keep on pushing.
Already. We're going to get that together. Appreciate it. Hey, legendary Top Cat at my H-Time brethren. Let me get your last word.
Oh, man, appreciate you. Stay ready, man. Shoot me the link. Appreciate everybody on the panel, man. My boy Ack. A just dropped out, Fuller, Mr. Kurt, my brother Rough House. I fella, one of them ones. Feel me? Appreciate everybody in the chat. La D, you come on, get on the good foot. You gotta come on, get out here with us, man. It's gonna be respectful, man. But yeah, peace to everybody, man. You too, Lou, Stay Confused on Cool Boxing, no click that subscribe button, like, comment, and share. It's King Legendary Top Cats, one.
Already, legendary. All right, fella, let me get your last words, my brother.
Yeah, once again, big respect due to you. Stay ready, always sending me that link. You know what I mean? Salute to the rest of the panel. Always giving up that knowledge, that wealth of knowledge. Salute to Kurt Sugar Anderson for always, you know what I mean, passing through, you know what I mean, giving us that OG, the real historical perspective, and be on the lookout for his new show along with Scrapbook and Retro. We'll be on we'll definitely be patiently waiting for that one. And yeah, salute to the rest of the panel, especially you, Rough House Boxing.
Salute, bro.
The cruiserweight division ain't depleted. I'm gonna leave it at that. You know what I mean? It's been the best. I'm not gonna say it's a glamour division, I'm not going to say it's at the level of the middleweights, but I'm going to say it might be at the level of the light heavyweights. It might be at the level of the super flies and whatnot. There's some other divisions that ain't nobody talk about, but should we just totally discredit them? Yeah, should we totally discredit them if somebody unifies and goes undisputed? No, I don't think we should. So that's where I want to say that. I mean, it's not totally depleted. You know what I mean? So I'll just end it off like that. It's your favorite yet your most hated, all fella, and I'll be back for another one. And I'm Gizon.
Already.
Fella. Only thing I want, bro, is I just want to see before Usyk leaves. I just want to see Andrew Tabiti get a big. Like I would like to see that fight. I know that I favor
you. You would like to see that fight? What is Tabiti done? He had problems with Cunningham, bro. He had problems with Cunningham.
I know, but just because you have one fight that you struggle in, that don't mean the next fight you don't learn from it, brother.
Bro, he didn't even look good against Latif Coyote. Latif Coyote, he didn't even look good against him.
Yo, look,
I don't see what people see in Tabiti.
Hey, how about this? Act tonight, because 78 on right now talking about Mike. We're gonna have this conversation. You gonna be available tonight, all fella?
Yeah, for real.
All right, you gonna be available tonight, all fella?
I hope so. Because I usually fall asleep early. I get those calls, and usually I'm half asleep.
All right, because
I'm 8 inches deep in something. You know what
I mean? Family show. Come on, fella. Family show.
I'm just pulling measurements for all the kids. You know what I mean?
Hey, I don't want to know measurements. That's on you. I don't want to know that, at all.
This ain't the UK. What's wrong with you? Well, anyway.
Get your mind out the gutter. We just talked numbers here.
Say, look at here. Pause.
You heard?
Pause. No. We're going to send you a link tonight. I'm going to the gym early. I'm going at 9. I might be in there till about 11:30. So, when I got out the gym, send me a link. And we'll holler at you on that end, fella. One of the ones, let me get your last words, bro.
Yeah, I know you got a cut out, so I'm just going to keep it short and sweet. Salute to everyone in the panel and everyone in the chat from London to Texas, to New York to New Jersey. Salute my big brother, Big Kurt, man. I'm looking forward to your channel. I don't know if it's actually active yet, so people can subscribe to it right now. But yeah, I guess you'll let us know when the channel's active. And, yeah, looking forward to that. Yeah, everyone that's on the panel right now and everyone that's been on the panel, man, salute. And yeah, that's out, man. Peace.
Already. That's my boy, one of the ones. Hey, I'm telling y'all in a minute, I'm gonna have him talking just like a Texan. Hey, give me another month or so. He gonna have all the slang. He gonna be saying because he already saying already in square business. So he gonna be talking just like us in a minute.
Yeah, I gotta get Act speaking like a Londoner.
Yeah, I can see that. Kurt, let me get your final words, big bro.
Yes, sir. Hey, I was a little late, but better late than ever. Hey, man, there's always player talking about the boxing game, man, and sweet science, man. You know, everybody brings something to the table, man. Everybody got knowledge. You know, it's a pleasure talking to y'all, man. You know, so I just want to say thanks, chat, for spending your time with us, and thanks, panel, you know, for your input. And like I always say, same bat time, same bat channel, my brother.
Already. Hey, baby bro, don't give me your final words, man.
Yeah. All right, man. Salute to Fula. Sorry about that, Fula. I know you wouldn't forget about New York. Shout out to Mac, one of the ones. Of course, Roughhouse and his Beefalo main self.
Yes, sir.
And our fella, you make sure you come over to my house. You heard? And I want Roughhouse to come over to the house too.
Already.
So I'm gonna be sending out them links tonight. We're gonna have a little all-star panel. I'm gonna watch the 78 and I'm gonna try to watch this Gung Fu that my big buzzing Kurt put me on with. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to watch a few of these movies. I ain't really get them in because outside. But appreciate you having me. I'm out.
Already, man. I appreciate everybody coming on, even the ones that got off. Abel 503, legendary Top Cat, Fuller, one of the ones, the odd fella, Rough House, Act, and my bro Kurt Sugar, man. I appreciate y'all for blessing my channel with y'all presence today, man. It's always a blessing, man, and I salute y'all for even just coming on and chopping it up with me on this good boxing conversation, man. And everybody that's in the chat, that's still in the chat, if you haven't already, man, smash the like button. That's the first time I said that this whole show, because we've been having good conversation. But man, y'all smash the like button. Hit the subscribe button, hit that bell icon so you can stay updated to my new content, be a part of that notification game. And I always get the notification when I drop something. And I appreciate everybody that came through, subscribers, everybody on the panel. Just, man, it's all around appreciation, man. Salute to the entire LDBC Lions Den boxing community. Shout out to New Media and Black Media Row. We working in this thing, man. What's up,
Mac?
with it? Yo,
hey, I was gonna say, man, let me say my piece before I get out of here real quick, bro.
Oh, I didn't call you. Oh man, say your last words, bro. I didn't even call you.
Hey man, you know it's always a good time, man, rocking with the big homie. Stay ready, man. If y'all haven't subscribed to Stay Ready, you're slipping, man. Get up on your pimping, hit that subscribe button and that bell icon for my boy, you know what I'm saying? Hey, shout out to one of them ones, Fuller, Big Kurt Anderson, aka Kurt Sugar. I'll say one of the ones, Act Reacher, 503, legendary Top Cats, Abel, Mahari, you know what I'm saying? My man, I Fella. Hey, and I just want to let I Fella know, man, bro, I wasn't trying to be contrary or nothing. And just to show it, I'm getting ready to start putting out hats and T-shirts, you know what I'm saying, sponsored by Rough House Boxing TV that say, make the Cruiserweight division great again. That's what's up, man. Y'all know what it is, man. I am that boy Box. This is Rough House Boxing TV. Hey, stop by the house, man. Just make sure you wipe your feet and close the door behind you. I'm out. Chill.
Salute. Salute. Make the Cruiserweight division great again. Gotta love it. Hey, the things you get when you come to Stay Ready Boxing TV, baby. Hey, I love it. But yeah, y'all know what it is, man. I appreciate everybody coming through. It's the usual suspects, man. We got them out here. One of them ones, Iron Fella, Kurt Fuller, Act, Rough House. You know, we enjoy this good boxing conversation, man. I just appreciate everybody coming through. But man, it's that time. Y'all make sure y'all go over to 78's channel. Y'all check him out, because I know he's giving it a good boxing conversation right now. So it's your boy Matt with Stay Ready Boxing TV, man. Y'all ain't got to get ready if you stay ready. One.
Peace.
Peace.